So a bunch of previously redacted names related to the Jeffrey Epstein case have been unsealed. Previously, these names were redacted and named things like Jane and John Doe with a number after them. The identities of these Jane and John Does have finally been revealed. Now, unlike pretty much every other video and news article, I'm not going to string you along and then reveal no names. Now, there are tons of names. Some of them are people you will be familiar with, and some of them are people that you will not be familiar with. I have, to the best of my ability, gathered the names that you will be familiar with. Many of these people were simply receiving a free flight and had no idea what was happening. It is worth noting that some of these people, even if they did not willfully act in the aid of Jeffrey Epstein, were sort of, let's say, used to accomplish his sex trafficking goals. What this means is that Jeffrey Epstein would intentionally associate himself with powerful elite, and then when meeting his would-be victims, drop those names. Oh, hey, I know Bill Clinton. He would imply to his victims that he could help with things like advancing their career or helping with immigration status. Bill Clinton was identified as John Doe 36 and was mentioned over 50 times. However, to the best of virtually everyone's estimation, it doesn't seem that Bill Clinton is implicated through these documents of any kind of crime. His office did not object to the unsealing of these documents. It doesn't appear that there's any evidence of a crime, and a spokesperson for Bill Clinton said that he ceased communication with Jeffrey Epstein over a decade ago and has no knowledge of his crimes. Now, the truth of that, I don't know, that's for you to decide, not for me to decide. I'm going off of available evidence. Many of the times that Bill Clinton was mentioned were in relation to attempts to subpoena him during the trial. With that being said, without further ado, here are the names. Vera Wang, Naomi Campbell, former Prime Minister of Norway, Robert Kennedy Jr., Sergey Brin, the co-founder of Google, the former First Lady of the Virgin Islands, Ehud Barak, the former Prime Minister of Israel, Bill Gates, William Burns, who is the director of the CIA, Noam Chomsky, Joshua Cooper Ramo, who is a FedEx board member, Lawrence Summers, who is an ex-Treasury Secretary and the former president of Harvard, Prince Andrew, and Peter Thiel, who is the co-founder of PayPal. Now, these are the big names, and it doesn't seem at this time that there is any evidence they have committed a crime. However, many of their names were used to lure victims. Jeffrey Epstein would show soon-to-be victims email chains that he had with some of these people to sort of bolster his credibility. A lot of them have publicly denounced Jeffrey Epstein and his crimes. They've also claimed that they're disgusted that their names would be used by Epstein to commit his crimes or to further his motives. Now, I'm not claiming that none of these people are implicated in any way, that none of them have committed any crimes, that none of them have sexually abused any children. If I did claim that, it would be based on conjecture, which is incomplete evidence. My best guess is that some of these people are guilty and some of them are not.